Hi, and welcome to this edition of BCPS News. I'm Mary Beth Marsden. On today's show, we'll check out successful Title I schools, students working with professional stage actors, and a musical production in the making. All this and more, but first, let's check out what's trending. Chadwick and Charlemont Elementary Schools have recently been named Maryland Blue Ribbon Schools for 2013. The designation is a state and national program that recognizes schools that meet rigorous standards developed by the Maryland State Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Education. The strength of both of these Title I schools focuses on their high Maryland school assessment rates, along with a vast array of co-curricular activities. The national awardees will be announced officially in September. Parkville High School now has its very own military museum. In late December, the Marine Corps Junior ROTC class unveiled a collection of uniforms, hats, replicas, and artifacts dating back to the 1800s. One unique aspect to the museum is a collection of World War II-era U.S. women's Marine uniforms. Retired Master Sergeant James Ruffins started 7 years ago collecting and preserving these items as a way of giving back to the classroom and the community. And with the help of the cadets, built the museum. The public is welcome to visit. Hawthorne Elementary School was recently granted the opportunity by the Maryland State Arts Council to have an artist in residence work with their 5th grade students. Artist Amanda Pellerin involved the students in creating a tidal mosaic wall mural built entirely out of clay. The goal of the project was to focus on what goes into creating a lasting piece of artwork and steps in creating the architecture from research to sketches to the final product. The theme of the mural is Maryland's ecosystems, in which students researched in science class. Up next, are you getting your kids ready for college yet? Well, we have information about the FAFSA program that can assist in making your budget a little bit easier. Stay with us, more to come.
Being a gold medalist skier requires a lot of hard work, intense training, and time outside on the mountain. But taking care of my skin is easy and doesn't affect my performance. Every day I apply sunscreen and wear protective gear. I know protecting my skin will help prevent skin cancer and avoid wrinkles. I get my skin checked regularly by a dermatologist. 1 in 5 Americans will develop some form of skin cancer in their lifetime. My name is Julia Mancuso and I'm wearing orange to help put a spotlight on skin cancer.
Hi, and welcome back. You know, getting financially prepared for college can be a juggling act. Here with me now to talk about the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA, is Alastair Palmer, a guidance counselor at Loch High School. And thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure to be here.
Do you think most people know about FAFSA?
I think most people probably do because we advertise it a lot. But whether they actually fill it out or not, that's what we're really concerned about.
So for those who don't, or for those who maybe have younger kids and have to start thinking about this, what is it exactly?
Well, the free application for federal student aid is an application that you have to fill out in order to be eligible for financial aid from the government, both the state and the federal. But it's more than that because it entitles you to some merit-based scholarships from colleges, and some colleges actually won't give you any scholarship money unless you fill out the FAFSA.
So do you recommend that all college applicants really look into this?
All college applicants should definitely look into it, and our big push this year is to make sure that everybody in Baltimore County Public Schools who's a 12th grader going to college fills out the FAFSA.
How much money is available?
Well, according to the federal statistics, there's about $150 billion available this year, so it's a lot of money we're talking about. But a lot of money and a lot of people are not filling out the FAFSA and therefore are not eligible for this money, unfortunately.
So it really pays to fill out the form, and of course, with all the talk about the debt ceiling and the deficit, you never know what's going to be available for years to come. So you might as well look into it now, right?
That's
Isn't
true.
there some feeling along those lines?
Absolutely.
Tell us about the timeline and when, as parents and students, we should start to be looking into this.
The FAFSA is available on January 1st. So between January 1st and June 30th is the time that the FAFSA needs to be filled out. We always tell students the sooner the better because some of the money, when it runs out, it's gone. There is no more. The Maryland deadline is March 1st. So in order for you to be eligible for theirs, you have to fill out the FAFSA before that date.
So what you're saying in many ways, this is first come, first serve.
It can be, yeah.
Is there a cost to the application and where can you get it?
There's no cost to the FAFSA. The way to access the FAFSA is to go on fafsa.gov. That's the federal website. You have to be a little bit careful because there is another site, if you Google it, you might get FAFSA.com, which gives you access to the FAFSA, but they charge you about $70 to help you. So make sure you go to FAFSA.com, FAFSA.gov, not FAFSA.com.
Or talk to your guidance counselor,
Or
right?
talk to your counselor, please.
Now, what happens if a senior hasn't really made up their mind yet about schools? I mean, how do they designate which schools get the information?
We encourage all of our students to apply, because even if they're not sure which school they're going to, or perhaps they haven't even applied yet because they might go to community college, you're still eligible for financial aid through the, if you go to community college. On the FAFSA, it actually tells you which school you're going to go to, so you can designate more than one school. So if you're not sure, put down a school. If you don't go there, that's fine. But it's very important to designate a school, especially if you're interested in Maryland State money, because if you don't put a Maryland school down, you won't be considered for Maryland State money.
When you look at the population of your school, and I don't know if you have the hard numbers, but you can probably guesstimate, what percentage of students actually take advantage of this or try to?
That's a really good question, and that's why we're trying to track it this year. The FAFSA project was started by the Department of Education in 2010 to help us, schools, access that information. Because apparently, according to the federal government, about 60% of students are not applying for money that they are eligible for. It really is. So a Pell Grant, for example, which is free money, it's a $5,500 grant given to the government that you don't have to pay back, is only being accessed by a small percentage of people. So the rest of them really need to apply to see whether they're eligible. The catch is some people think, let's not fill out the FAFSA because we're not eligible for our money, because of our financial situation. But that's not always the case. There can be loans, and as I said before, the actual colleges themselves can give out money, both in loans, scholarships, grants, that's separate from the FAFSA.
I know some people also worry when they're filling out so many applications, and it's quite a process, I know, to apply for colleges and loans. What if they feel like, well, I'm not really sure about this information? Can you make changes after the fact?
You can certainly make changes. Here's the catch. A lot of people consider, well, I don't want to fill out the FAFSA yet because I haven't filed my taxes. You can estimate it based on last year's taxes, and when you actually file your taxes, if you're like me, you might not file them until April 14th, you can go back and make amends to the FAFSA, and that will update itself in the FAFSA, and it will recalculate how much they might give you.
Okay, so let's say for sophomores and juniors, and hopefully the seniors are already getting the information, but you never know. What is the absolute last date to apply? What should they do today if they're interested?
What they should do today is they should go on the FAFSA website and they should establish a PIN. Both the parents and the students have to have their own PIN. This is a number that stays with them throughout their life, apparently. So parents need to establish their own because they may be applying for financial aid at some point by themselves. So that's the first stage. After they've verified information, one will get an email back from the FAFSA saying, yes, you're good to go. Then one must actually go onto the FAFSA and start applying. Now's the time to do it. It really is. We encourage our students at Loch Raven and probably all Baltimore County public schools. On January 1st, we always make a joke. After the ball is dropped, please get on the FAFSA and start
Get
applying.
on it.
Yeah.
All right, and change your batteries on your smoke generator.
Exactly.
All right, Alastair Palmer, a guidance counselor at Loch Raven High School, thank you so much for joining us.
My
We
pleasure.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Coming up next, a group of middle school students get some theater performance tips from the pros. Let's check out their stage debut with cast members from the play Billy Elliot.
Behind these historic walls are the hopes and dreams of future stage performers.
I want to be a dancer. I love theater.
Hippodrome Foundation is all about increasing access to the arts for children. So today we've invited Deer Park students in to work with experts, cast members from Billy Elliot, to fine-tune their auditions for local art schools.
When I see the actors from Billy Elliot give other people feedback, I really take it in as if they're talking to me almost.
With stiff competition to attend the high schools of their choice, the key to reaching that goal:
take your time. Before your audition, you want to take that moment to make sure that you're relaxed and that you're ready to start.
It's been an awesome experience for the kids today to hear pointers from professional actors. Even though they hear the same pointers from the teachers on an everyday basis, I think it brought a different light to it.
They told us to have confidence, to enjoy what you're doing, have fun, because it is something that you love. They told me to slow down and just stay stationary when I'm talking, when the moment gets serious, and I feel that's very good pointers.
In addition, for those students who love the theater but not the stage, the Hippodrome Foundation also gives them the opportunity to explore other career options in the arts.
You know, you don't have to just be a musician or a dancer, although we love those people. There's also backstage, wigs, costumes, a lot of other careers, and we work to let these children in our community know what is available to them.
As a strong building block to the BCPS arts community, the Hippodrome Foundation will remain an integral part of Deer Park Middle School's outreach.
What a great foundation for students interested in the performing arts to get a head start in their career. Now, one of our newest video segments is called STAR, or Spotlighting Talent, Achievement, and Results. These STAR video segments highlight just some of the outstanding achievements that happen in BCPS every day. Let's take a look.
In a Title I school like Dogwood, you really have to be able to reach them before you teach them, especially if you want academic success for all.
I just love math.
I feel free to ask questions, and she'll answer them, even if everybody else knows it.
My colleagues are excellent. I'm able to do what I need to do on a daily basis because I have the support from our principal, our assistant principal, as well as a cluster-based mentor and an instructional coach.
I'm determined to be successful because the school really does give you the motivation about how you can do it and how you can strive to believe, you have to believe in yourself, and if you believe in yourself you can basically accomplish anything that you put your mind to.
These kids are so thirsty for information. Their fastest way to get information is through the computers. And time is of the essence in the classroom. So it's very important for me to have this. They are synthesizing because in order to be really good synthesizers, they need a variety of information. And this gives them more variety than, unfortunately, than my book library can give them.
I love technology. I think every school in Baltimore County should have this technology. My experience here in Vincent Farm will help me for when I get older and go into college.
Having these tools in the building are giving them what they're going to need later. And in fact, it's amazing how quickly they learn it and know far more than I do.
We love learning this way.
It gives flexibility. And it allows to these digital natives that we talk about, it gives them an opportunity to kind of see things that we are on their level, and then we're trying to reach them, we're trying to prepare them for 21st century jobs and education at colleges, universities.
I'm a digital native, and this is what I expect out of my classroom.
In Advanced Path, we have a term, my gig, and that is my goal is graduation.
Yeah, I used to get B's and A's and didn't care, but now that I'm getting A's and stuff and B's, I'm actually starting to like school in general, and I'm actually happy to come here.
Advanced Path Academies offer classes for at-risk students by creating a positive learning environment using online instruction.
Well, this is essential. We can't do without it because being a single mom, realizing that everybody doesn't have another parent to go to, this gave me the added opportunity to get support.
Because at the end of the day, it's not going to come down to, oh, I want to play video games and relax at home. It's, okay, I need to study. I need to do my homework. I need to take care of my own little, agenda.
Expect to see more of these STAR video segments every month. As we go around the county, we make a stop to tune in and see what the little thespians at Vincent Farm have to sing about.
The
then Willy Wonka will sing, I know that he can. So that'll be the call. You will respond, we know that he can. We know that he can. That's about it.
The students at Vincent Farm Elementary School have much to sing about with their upcoming play, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Today we are auditioning for the chorus. We've already cast the leads. There are about 8 leads in this musical, and now we're having auditions for the chorus where we can see them dance a little bit, we can see them sing a little bit more, and we're really looking for talent in places that we might not have seen it yet.
We don't do it like your normal elementary school production. We really bring in lights and sound and really try and teach the students all about the whole process.
With last year's success of Seussical the Musical, the kids have plenty to look forward to.
Last year it was fun because I was a bird girl, and we did a lot of moving and singing, and we were in a lot of different songs.
We find it's really important to have a musical each spring. It's a great outlet for students. It's a great way for them to be artistic and expressive, be a part of a community. It teaches them so much more than we can in a classroom.
You're gonna go right and touch.
Good luck, Vincent Farm. We'll be back before the curtain rises to check on you.
Did you know?
That does it for this edition of BCPS News. If you have any story ideas, comments, or suggestions, contact us at edchannel@bcps.org and follow BCPS on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, I'm Mary Beth Marsden. Thanks for watching.